Welcome to Real World AIP. I'm Stacey, and I'm currently recovering from the flu. Feeling great, I just sound kind of wonky right now. So today I'm going to be making salmon sausage. And I want to thank Dee Dee for giving me the inspiration to do this. Dee Dee's a patron of mine. She sent me this message. I was looking on the Vital Choice website at the salmon sausage patties by Dr. Wheel. Then I went to Google to find an AIP compliant recipe. About 2 seconds of searching later, I thought, I'll bet Stacey could make a delicious version of these salmon sausage patties. She says, I know you have 5 ways to make salmon, but would you consider adding a 6th? Yes, I think I would. I love that idea actually. And I've been getting a little bit bored with my usual way of making salmon. I've actually just been tossing the salmon into my mixed shellfish bisque, which is working out fine too, but I am all for a new way to make salmon. I love some salmon. Oh, by the way, I've been decorating my apartment a little bit more, and I decided to go with a tropical theme because that makes my soul happy. So I got rid of that tangled wire picture that was above my sink. I don't know if you guys remember that tangled wire. I replaced it with palm, just tropical leaves. And then there was a 3-pack on Amazon, black and white, like pineapple, palm trees. And then I just got this like fake palm thing. Anyway, yeah, so we'll do an apartment tour in another video because it's kind of dark and it's really late. All right, excuse me. I have 1.5 pounds of Trader Joe's salmon. This is mostly thawed, but not completely thawed because it's a little easier to work with that way. So what we're going to do is remove this from the package, rinse it, and then we're actually going to use a spoon to scrape the salmon meat off of the salmon skin. You won't lose any like you would if you tried to do it with a knife, and it's safer. So let's get started on that. It's actually not hard to do. Just scrape it off. And after I got the skin off, I yielded 1 pound 6 ounces, so roughly 1.5 pounds of salmon meat. You can't use canned in this recipe. It will not work. It won't stick together. It has to be raw salmon. It's okay if it was previously frozen. It just has to be raw and not cooked and not canned. So I'm just gonna pop this in the freezer to chill a little bit, to harden it just a little, no more than 15 to 20 minutes while I prepare the rest of my ingredients. I'm just going to use my little Ninja bullet. Into there, I'm going to process all the flavor stuff. So I have 3 tiny sticks of celery. These are like itty bitty ones. Probably be 2 regular ones. I'll just throw that in there. I have 1/2 of a small onion. I'll just quarter that so this thing can handle it. This is 1 ounce of garlic cloves. I'll put them all in there. It was probably about like 8 regular sized cloves. And then I have 1/2 of a good sized apple. This was a pink lady apple because they're my favorite, and that's what I had. Any kind of apple is going to be just fine. Just get that in pieces that this thing can handle. And to that, I'm also going to zest a lemon. An organic lemon, of course, because we're eating the part that they would be spraying the pesticide on. So I'm going to take my handy little zester here. Now I'm going to puree this up. So it's kind of a minced consistency. And then I'm just going to put that in a bowl. And then I'm going to get my salmon all minced up. And right about now is a good time to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. That's enough. You don't want a paste. So we're not trying to make Play-Doh out of it. That is plenty. That's perfect. Sticking it in the freezer really helps to firm it up so that it doesn't get all gooey and pasty. And to our sausage mix, we just have to add some seasonings. 1 teaspoon of regular salt. And then I'm going to use a ½ teaspoon equivalent of smoked salt. This smoked salt is going to give it a flavor of sausage. So I got this cheapo Rachel Ray Applewood smoked sea salt from like a discount store a couple years back. The only ingredients in there are smoked sea salt. I have seen this at Whole Foods, not this brand, but smoked salt. I've seen it everywhere. Amazon, I'll put a link below to where you can pick it up online. So we'll do about a ½ teaspoon of smoked salt, and that's going to give it a really nice sausagey flavor. Then to also a little bit more of a sausagey flavor, I'm going to use ginger, but I'm using my homemade ginger that I made in the dehydrator. I'll put a link below and up here as well to how you could do that if you have a dehydrator, or you can use your oven. I like fresh dehydrated ginger just a little bit better than the kind in the jar, but you can absolutely use dried ginger, just regular old dried ginger. We're going a ½ teaspoon on this. I want to taste this. 1 level ½ teaspoon. So these are ground bay leaves. I actually just took regular old dried bay leaves. I bought a big old, bulk package of them, and then I stuffed a bunch in my coffee grinder, and I ground them into a very fine powder. So this is very finely ground bay leaves. A little of this is going to go a long way. I'm going to use an 1/8 teaspoon, level 1/8 teaspoon. Also, if you have some Ganthoda powder laying around, you could absolutely toss that in there as a black pepper alternative. I'll put a link to some of that below. We're also going to want to throw in some dried oregano. I'm going to do a whole teaspoon of dried oregano, and I'm going to make it a heaping teaspoon. Yeah, let's go 2 teaspoons dried oregano. Garlic powder, ½ teaspoon of garlic powder. And then we're going to put ½ teaspoon of onion powder. Now we're ready to make links and bake this up. Cool thing about making sausage with salmon is that it has the same color as a sausage you put paprika in because of the salmon color. I'm gonna pop this in the oven. I will tell you how long they took when they're done. So total time for these is going to be 15 minutes. You want to go about 12-13 minutes at 350, and then just turn on broil for those last 2 to 3 minutes, and then let me show you what we're going to come out with. So there you have it, AIP salmon sausages, serving suggestions for breakfast. Oh, maybe add a little bacon. You could put this with your omelet. Oh my gosh, okay, yes. Serve this alongside your omelet for the most fabulous breakfast in the whole wide world, AIP or not. And then dinner, oh my goodness, make up some AIP noodles and put some sliced salmon sausage on top of that, or crumbled sausage with some kind of AIP Alfredo or some kind of scampi sauce or something. I mean, honestly, the possibilities are endless. Just use them like however you would use sausage, or wherever you would use some seafood, and go to town. Let me know how you use yours. I'd love to hear. Definitely let me know how you make out if you try the recipe. If you have your own salmon sausage recipe, what do you put in yours? How does yours differ from mine? Let's just talk about some salmon sausage. Leave a comment below. And if you want more behind the scenes recipes that never make it to YouTube, check me out on Patreon. There's a link below. I have over a dozen exclusive recipes there. You can have access to all the back recipes for $2 a month. There's a bunch of good ones up there, so check me out there. And hopefully I will see you next Thursday. I do put out videos every week. Subscribe if you haven't. I will see you soon, and until then, be healthy.